everybody, and welcome to Live Interactive
Give me
English.
Give me 5 seconds. I want to throw this in the trash can. I just finished eating my fruit.
Wait! What? You're not going to throw that in the trash can. You don't recycle?
Okay, let me just go and recycle it.
Wait!
What?
You can't just recycle things.
Then what do I do with it?
You need to upcycle.
I need to what?
For example, right, we have this container here. This can be used for a million things. Do you have a dog? It could be a container for it to drink water.
Oh.
If you want, you can go and reuse this at home. You can eat it, use it as like a little bowl.
And wash it afterwards?
Or, hey, have you ever taken an avocado seed before? And then put it in water?
Okay.
You put toothpicks through it, and then you can grow the avocado in a container.
You're kidding me. I can grow my own avocado?
You sure can.
No way.
I'm telling you, you shouldn't just think of things as garbage or just something to throw in the recycling. You need to be creative. Think, how could I reuse this thing?
Wow, Shane, you are so smart. So it's actually not garbage, but it's my treasure.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
It's a treasure. You need to treasure it.
I'm gonna go home and upcycle it.
Excellent.
By now, most people know how important recycling is for the environment. But let's be honest, recycling can be something of a pain. Separating the materials and carrying the bags to the recycling truck make recycling just another chore. Upcycling, on the other hand, is a type of recycling that allows you to help the environment and also let your imagination fly.
Hi everyone, welcome to Live Interactive English, and I am Karen.
Everybody, I am Shane, and we are looking at turn your trash into treasures. This is part 1.
That's right, so let's learn about it. Well, it seems that you already know a thing or two about upcycling, right?
I do, but I would like to learn more.
Okay, well, let's go.
Okay.
By now, most people know how important recycling is for the environment.
Except for you.
But let's be honest, recycling can be something of a pain.
Oh.
Ooh, recycling can be something of a pain. So, pain is a noun. Basically, when you say something is a pain, it's basically a physical harm or a mental discomfort. So it could be like you bumped your knee. Ow, I feel pain. Or maybe you feel very uncomfortable doing something. So for example, my nephew can be such a pain because he's causing me some emotional stress.
Yeah, and so like here, you can think of pain as kind of like very troublesome,
Yes.
annoying. So if I say Karen is such a pain,
Which is not true.
she causes me, like you said, some mental discomfort. And in other words, I think she is annoying. For example. Okay, let's continue.
I'm not. Okay.
Separating the materials and carrying the bags to the recycling truck make recycling just another chore. And nobody likes doing chores.
That's right. So what's a chore?
A chore is a task that you must do, but you find it unpleasant or boring or annoying.
That's right.
It's a pain to have to do chores, right?
Okay, so we don't want to do chores, but let's learn about upcycling, though.
Okay, maybe there is a solution.
Yes. Upcycling, on the other hand, is a type of recycling that allows you to help the environment and also let your imagination fly.
Let it fly.
Ooh. But let's go back to upcycling, though. What is upcycling?
Well, I think you might have an idea so far, but let's give a proper definition. Upcycling is taking something that we normally recycle and transforming it into something even more valuable.
So maybe by making it look prettier and maybe giving it like a new purpose, right?
Well, I think the point is you don't need to throw it away, right? Because recycling is a kind of a form of taking something you don't want it anymore, you get rid of it. And it has to be processed to be recycled. But if you put in your own energy and you upcycle, that thing doesn't have to waste energy for the environment and things like that, and you can make something really pretty.
That is a great idea.
It's your imagination.
Exactly. You really have to use your imagination. Like we said, let your imagination fly. So imagination is a noun. That's the ability to form a picture in your mind of something that you have not seen or experienced. So basically, you're like thinking about it, you're creating it in your mind.
Right.
So for example, the writer's imagination allowed him to create wild stories with colorful characters.
Right, so I think it's pretty important to not only do this for the environment, but I think people can really benefit by using their imagination and making some interesting or beautiful things.
Absolutely. Okay, how about let's take a short break and we will be right back.
Excellent.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这2天的课程是关于升级再造 ，Turn your trash into treasures， 把你的垃圾变成宝藏。那我们先补充一下 ，recycle 这个动词它表示回收利用、重复使用。那么 upcycle 则是指说升级再造。课文就提到说，我们多数人都知道回收是对环境有多么重要，可是说实话，回收啊，在某一种程度上是一件烦人的事。你要先用不同的袋子分类，然后再拿去回收车请人回收。但另一方面，升级再造则是可以让人帮助环境，然后发挥想象力的一种回收方式哦。我们待会讲解更多。那先来看单字 pain，pain 它表示带来麻烦或讨厌的人或事。当这个意思解释时，它固定用单数型。那另外 pain 也可以当不可数名词去表达疼痛、痛苦。好，那老师在解释时有用到 uncomfortable， 在 comfortable 前面加上否定字首 un， 那变成 uncomfortable 就是不自在的、不舒服的。还有用到 discomfort， D-I-S-C-O-M-F-O-R-T， discomfort 是名词，表示不舒服、不适。再来 imagination， 它是名词，表示想象力或是幻想。好，这边2个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来看第一个重点是 turn 当动词，它可以指变成，使什么变成、成为。那么用法第一种就是 turn A into B， 或是 turn A to B， 表示把 A 变成 B。举例来说 ，The witch turned the princess into a sparrow。女巫把公主变成一只麻雀了。那第二个用法则是 A turn into B， 或者是 A turn to B， 表示 A 变成 B。举例来说 ，In the story, the king and queen turned into stone。在故事中，国王与皇后变成了石头。好，第二重点是 on the other hand， 是指另一方面。那这个副词片语是用来表示跟前面叙述不同或是对比的情况。那也常常会搭配 on the one hand， 也就是 on the one hand。On the other hand， 去表达一方面怎么样，另一方面怎么样。我们看2个例句。Richard is a quiet person. His sister, on the other hand, is very talkative. Richard 是个沉默寡言的人，另一方面，他的姐姐则是非常健谈。好，那另一个例句则是 On the one hand, I want to buy a new phone, but on the other hand, I'm trying to save money. 一方面我想要买一只新的手机，但另一方面我正在设法存钱，不知道该怎么办。好，接回到课文中。
Recycling usually means taking items, such as empty bottles or waste paper, breaking them down, and then processing them into new materials. These materials are often of lower value than the original. A simple example of this is nice office paper, which is often recycled into tissues or cheap, low-quality paper. Upcycling is when you turn trash into useful and often beautiful objects without completely breaking it down. This is an important difference because it takes lots of resources to recycle trash, even though recycling trash is far better than sending it to a landfill. What's more, Items that are not suitable for recycling, like plastic bottle caps or wood, make excellent materials for upcycling.
Welcome back, everybody. So, Karen, do you mind giving us a quick recap of what we learned before the break?
Well, so before the break, we were talking about how important it is to take care of our earth and our environment, and we know about recycling. But we're not really just talking about recycling today. We're talking about upcycling. That's like turning your trash into something more valuable. And you really have to use your imagination for it.
Excellent. Well, let's continue.
All right.
Recycling usually means taking items, such as empty bottles or waste paper, breaking them down, and then processing them into new materials. Right? So when we're recycling, we have to break it down first and then kind of like rebuild it, right? We need to process it. So to process, that's a verb. It means to perform a series of mechanical or chemical operations on something in order to change it or to preserve it. So for example, you could say the coffee beans are carefully processed to bring out their delicious flavor.
That's right. And it does take some energy too, right?
Right. Recycling, although it's better than just throwing things into the garbage, it still requires resources.
Exactly. Okay, well, let's continue. These materials are often of lower value than the original. A simple example of this is nice office paper, which is often recycled into tissues or cheap, low-quality paper. So upcycling is when you turn trash into useful and often beautiful objects without completely breaking it down. So basically, you're saving energy and at the same time, you're making it more beautiful.
Yeah, because like when we recycle something, like they said, it's, you could have something that was quite nice, like high quality things, but when it's recycled, it turns into kind of a lower quality.
That's right.
But here you can actually up the quality, right? And make something really cool.
That's right.
All right, continuing. This is an important difference because it takes lots of resources to recycle trash. Kind of like what we were saying, right? Even though recycling trash is far better than sending it to a landfill.
Sending it to a landfill. What's a landfill?
Okay, so landfills are big holes in the ground where we bury garbage.
That's right.
And landfills are bad for the environment. So by recycling and upcycling, you can reduce the amount of trash we're throwing into these landfills.
That's right. And resource. And that is a noun. Resources is a very broad term. It is basically anything that can be considered a valuable addition. Anything from air to gold is all resources. And there could be like natural resources or man-made resources as well.
Okay.
So for example, besides oil, there aren't many resources in the Middle East.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's continue with the article.
Okay.
What's more, items that are not suitable for recycling, like plastic bottle caps or wood, make excellent materials for upcycling. That's true. Plastic bottle caps or wood, not easy to recycle, right?
Yeah, right. So being able to just take them and rather than trying to recycle them, you can upcycle and make something that's really suitable for you or something artistic.
That's right. You know how I work in a kindergarten, right?
Yeah.
So we have to do a lot of crafts in art class. So actually, I do a lot of upcycling in my class. We take these like plastic bottle caps or sometimes wood as well, like, make them into like coasters.
Make it into art.
Exactly, like beautiful decoration for the classroom.
Cool. All right, we have a vocabulary word, suitable, which means being right or correct for a particular situation or person. So for example, Joe has a lot of related work experience that makes him suitable for the job.
That means that job is right for him, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Well, we learned quite a lot about upcycling today.
Yes.
I think it's a great idea for everyone to use your imagination and try to upcycle your trash at home.
Right, so we want to turn that trash into treasures. So that's all we have time for in part 1, but we will see you in part 2.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
好，那我们就来看看回收 recycling 和升级再造 upcycling 的主要差异。回收通常就是指把空瓶子啊、废纸等等的物品拿去分解，然后把它们加工制成新的材料。这些材料的价值通常会低于原始材料，可能像我们这个办公室用纸是比较好的嘛，那通常就会被回收制成面纸啊，或是廉价品质低的纸张。那么升级再造则是指说把这个垃圾变成有用而且往往是漂亮的物品，不需要把它完全分解。那这是一个很重要的区别哦，因为回收垃圾会需要花费大量资源。那此外，像是你那种塑胶瓶盖啊、木头等等不适合回收的物品，却是可以拿来做升级再造的绝佳材料。Karen 老师就有提到说，他常常会带幼稚园小朋友们用这些材料来做手工艺品，可能像是杯垫啊、装饰品等等。老师说的 coaster。coaster 就是杯垫。再来单字 process 它当动词表示加工处理，当名词表示过程。那么 resource 它是名词表示资源或是财力。suitable 则是形容合适的、适当的。好，这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来看这个重点是 break something down 或者是 break down 表示将什么什么分解或是分解成更小单位，分成更小单位。那么 break down 它可以当及物或不及物用，之后再接 into 加名词，就可以表达将什么分解成什么什么。我们看两个例句 ：Plastic takes hundreds of years to break down， 塑胶要数百年才会分解。She broke the speech down into 3 parts. 她将演讲内容分成3个部分。好，那么以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
By now, most people know how important recycling is for the environment. But let's be honest, recycling can be something of a pain. Separating the materials and carrying the bags to the recycling truck make recycling just another chore. Upcycling, on the other hand, is a type of recycling that allows you to help the environment and also let your imagination fly. Recycling usually means taking items, such as empty bottles or waste paper, breaking them down, and then processing them into new materials. These materials are often of lower value than the original. A simple example of this is nice office paper, which is often recycled into tissues or cheap, low-quality paper. Upcycling is when you turn trash into useful and often beautiful objects without completely breaking it down. This is an important difference because it takes lots of resources to recycle trash, even though recycling trash is far better than sending it to a landfill. What's more, items that are not suitable for recycling, like plastic bottle caps or wood, make excellent materials for upcycling.
Today we are visiting the Dingzhuang Community, where they have a rural regeneration project which created wetlands to purify polluted water. So now you can actually go there to educate yourself or just go and relax and enjoy the scenery. So why don't we take a look at the video?
The Dingzhuang Community is located near the Jiabei Station in the East District of Chiayi. The community has implemented a locally sponsored rural regeneration project. This project is devoted to giving everyone a better quality of life. In the past, the Dingzhuang community had problems with its irrigation system. The domestic wastewater from the north drainage system flows into the Nyocho River. This polluted water seriously affected crop yields and even caused land retirement. To solve this problem, the people of the Dingzhuang community created a wetland to purify the incoming water. Using ecological engineering methods, they turned polluted water irrigable. Thanks to the community's help, crop yields increased and the polluted water issue was solved.
讲句实话，我起身要来做污水净化的时候，跟这些农民抢水，他们是很生气的。伊讲，你好好一个里长，你唔当领导咧抱孙吹冷气，你到遮，吼，啊你含人咧，政府咧做工课，啥你要来做安尼啦？我是感觉讲，咱无行出第一步，政府嘛无看到咱咧做啥物，所以讲吼，咱就是一定爱讲，因为为着咱遮农民因的灌溉因的生计。咱必须爱去做好，政府看得到，好，所以说我们先把它踏出。虽然我们小小的一个示范点，但是我们的示范点要引起大规模去注意、去重视这个事情。安尼咱才有迄个价值性。但是呢，咱嘛是爱做有成果，因为咱所因为是工业污染水、家庭污水，但是没有办法，工业污染水我们没有办法去做污水净化，只有我们家庭污水。家庭污水，咱会当来做污水净化是一个真大，因为伊敢若是一寡迄个漂白水啦，也是洗剂啦，迄种化学的物件，迄对咱来讲我们的水生植物的根部去分解微生物，还有层层的滤除工法，河道慢慢的沉淀，一直流过来的话，那水质的话，就可以很清澈的，可以达到合乎灌溉标准。
Now, the Dingzhuang Community is a place for education and leisure. There are 3 educational places to visit within the community: the Citizen Farm, Ecological Classroom for Water Purification, and Dingzhuang Ecological and Educational Park. The Citizen Farm plants many crops and fruits. They use organic, non-toxic cultivation and composting methods. The Ecological Classroom for Water Purification teaches people how polluted water becomes clean. There is a wetland used to purify water. In addition, the villagers also use aquatic plants that help with the purification process. Due to the success of the community's rural regeneration project, the Dingzhuang Ecological and Educational Park attracts many animals. Now, you can see beautiful butterflies and hear the sound of frogs and birds in the park. If you are lucky, you may see a farmland green tree frog, Chai's animal representative.
其实独角仙在全省各地都看得到无讲什么外稀奇啦。我们这边跟人家不一样的是，阮家是一个都市型的小都市型的迄个都市内底自行车步道。你要看独角仙不要到山场啊，啥物看时，在咱家看时，佫足安全呢。我相信全国要找阮这个所在像安尼，免去山顶看足少的。阮遮即摆有富裕独角仙的时阵最主要的是讲，阮嘉义县嘉义市国中小的时阵，拢有你做迄个生态教学的时，都会来这边参观。然后的话你若在 Google 搜寻的话，怕顶庄社区，它就会介绍阮办独角仙的活动，富裕独角仙的过程。这时候的说话，就是全国，尤其5、6月独角仙开除的时候，5、6月时阵，全国各地来阮家参访的时阵，都拢预约。所以讲，这个人来参访的时阵，就是同好这5、6月的时间点。
One of the features of the Dingzhuang community is its abundance of rhinoceros beetles. The Dingzhuang community has been dedicated to restoring the rhinoceros beetle population for many years. The community also built a biking trail, which used to be a part of the Taiwan Sugar Railway's track. Many evergreen ash trees have been planted on either side. These trees attract many rhinoceros beetles. You may see them eat the bark of the ash tree, fight with other rhinoceros beetles, and even mate. To teach people about rhinoceros beetles, there are many signs along the trail describing their behaviors. Now, this biking trail has become a place for Chiayi residents to relax and a classroom for students to learn about nature.
我是希望说，再来的下一代，因为我们已经踏出了第一步，我们利用教学的这个机会，让学校的小朋友，能够更正一层。他们都上大学了像我们独角仙季的时候，他们都会回来帮助社区做一个导览解说，这个导览解说。但是以后的这个环境我们要更好的时候，就是要把它交给他们。但是我们也会在殿后啦，也在殿后。我们希望说我们社区能够 发光发热，好啊，滋润都能够成长一个在嘉义市的话，就一个非常好的一个社区。
For the Dingzhuang community, sustainable development never stops. They host a lot of educational activities to discuss the importance of our environment. Everything the Dingzhuang community does stresses the importance of ecological balance, respecting life, and social justice.
Wow, there's actually lots of wildlife and plants and things to see there. If you're lucky, you'll get to see the farmland green tree frog, who's actually the representative animal of Chiayi. And while you go on the biking trail there, you might also luck out and see some rhinoceros beetles fighting each other. No matter what, if you go there, you can learn a lot and see a lot. So hopefully, I'll see you there.